Good evening, one and all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your financial market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for the evening, as we're now on Tuesday, the 18th of June, 2024, getting on to the 5:50 p.m. Central Time Zone. So tomorrow's Juneteenth, so no stock markets will be open tomorrow in the United States. The futures markets are selectively. So pay attention. I have sent out to all my subscribers and my clients, my trading clients, what the hours of trading are. So that's in their hands, and I'm not going to go through that right here, but just be aware of that. You had today a nice rally in the stock market. NVIDIA became the #1 cap company, value company in America. It just blew through Microsoft and Apple. So you can see what's going on. Now, a lot of people questioning, is this a one-trick pony that while it's way ahead in AI, people will strive and catch up to it in time, the way that happened with Tesla. Remember, they were the EV maker in America, and eventually the stock made first a fortune for people, and then it became an automaker coming back down, and now it's looking to reinvent itself, as is Apple, as an example, with the artificial intelligence, Apple Intelligence. Smart. They're playing AI with Apple Intelligence. That was smart. When we take a look at the metal markets, sort of a mixed bag, but I like that the copper market went down to the Bollinger Band, held it, and turned itself around. Currencies, back and forth action right here. Dollar today down a bit, euro up a bit, not really big movers. Energies came alive, as did the natural gas off the hot heat, and bonds and notes are holding. When you say holding, that means they're not adding yield. And that's impressive for the stock market as well. Now, before we go into the charts, I do want to remind you that today ends the Father's Day sale. I asked my IT department, I said, I feel foolish. I don't know when it's coming off the board. They said it is today. It'll be around midnight Chicago time, so Central Time. So there's still time. You go to iraepstein.com. and go into the word research. Everything's there for you. This is the deal. It's half off our intro price. So that's a pretty neat little deal on everything that you want. And you control your subscription on the website. You don't have to call us to cancel it. You control everything in your member login. So we send you all the instructions in how to do everything. It's very simple. And I think we've been doing okay. I'll tell you that. It's doing just fine as far as I'm concerned. So when we look at the S&P, what can you say? You're up another %. You're at an all-time high if you were to close here right now. When you take a look at the chart action here, same thing. So these markets still going and going strong. The way it's going now, you don't want to take out the lows of today, 54, 73, 75. That would possibly break the pattern now that you're through today's high of higher lows, higher highs. That could break that if that were to occur and you closed lower on the day. When we take a look at where the market's at in moving averages, it's above all of them, and it's running the Bollinger Band, and I gave a full explanation of that, as you know, yesterday. When a market latches onto the band, we call that the gorilla glue trade, and what it often does is it forces the slow stochastic to leave the overbought condition and get the two numbers that make it up, the red and the blue, called a K and a D line, to go sideways over an 80 level, and when that occurs, it means the pros are buying the breaks until the red line closes under 79, looking on the breaks to come back in against the Bollinger Band, ideally, taking money off the table. And you've had a couple of these that have taken place. When we look at the Nasdaq, it is the same identical thing. No change going on. The gorilla glue trade, the embedded reading, you haven't had the breaks here to buy. This market isn't giving you anything like the S&P has. Where the weakness has been is in the Dow, and it's acting stronger right now than the Russell. You do have a pattern here, if you look at it, of lower lows, and now you're rallying back into the resistance or trying at the 100-day average in the Bollinger Band. Certainly not a spot I would tell my friends, hey, go in there and buy into that resistance. Let the market prove it can get through it. And the weakest of the indices is the Russell. You had a bearish crossover where the 18-day average just got under the 100. You've hit the Bollinger Bands, which are profit-taking areas, and the sell zone is right here in the 20 2046 area, and we'll see if the market does anything with that. When we look at the bonds and notes, the battleground has been to stay over the 100-day average on its first test. Now, it's doing a pretty good job. Most of the week it's done it. It's about 5 days that it's staying over it. If it embeds, it says to me that until the red line closes under 79, it wants to churn higher. It's got to embed first for me to believe that. Same identical thing in the 5-year note. You need to get more days where both numbers are staying over 80. You don't have it yet. You're overbought. You're fighting a battle of will at the 100-day average. Staying over it keeps the bias, everything to the bull side. And if you start breaking from there, you probably go back to the red line, the 18-day average. In the dollar, it's exactly as I expected it would do. Overbought into the Bollinger Band and breaking down a bit. Support's lower in the 104.38 level. And if that's breaking, as I hope, the euro should rally. And there could be a big sell opportunity up here if you can get away from the oversold condition. The combination of the 100-day average in red and the 200-day average could be where the market has a problem. In the British pound, we're going to hear, I think it's Thursday, from the Bank of England what they want to do. The market's trendless. You've gone from the upper Bollinger Band to the lower band, no trend, and just jockeying back and forth, and you're oversold. I see nothing to do there. Bitcoin's got the Gorilla Glue trade to the downside. Big support right here. Bollinger Band to the 100-day average, and you are oversold, have not yet embedded, so I expect to see short covering. In the energy market, once you stayed over this 18-day average, you got over it, it dropped, came up, and when you tried this drop and didn't go anywhere, well, you're catching more shorts in the market. But would I ever tell you to buy a Bollinger Band top? No. Why? You only stay over them 5% of the time. Number two, it's been a heck of a rally here, and you're not embedded. I don't know. You know, if you want to buy a 10% rally in the market or higher, that's up to you. I think it's a little rich in price to be reaching for it. I certainly see that it's in a move to the upside. It had a vertical price break, big rally, fought for, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days against the 100-day average, and gave you a pop in the past 48 hours is what it's done. In gasoline, as I said, the seasonal trade is back on. This is when people are driving. I know I just booked with my friends. We're going to go into Indiana. We have a friend that is going for the fastest Lamborghini time. They do it on an airport runway in a half mile. So we're all going with him to do this. We're talking, you got to go over 260 miles an hour in a half mile. But these are people, you know, you get people from everywhere going on summer trips. And we'll go. I hope he makes it. He just clocked at 255, and they've now rebuilt the engine. We'll see. And this is a Lambo. It's quite a car. Higher lows, higher highs going up. I'm a car freak, so I go to all these crazy things. When you look at the natural gas, higher lows, higher highs, fighting a battle here to see can it add to it and get back up. That's going to be the big thing. I found it easier to trade the UNG in this round of being long this market than here. Frankly, had I not had UNG, I would have said if you took out today the highs of yesterday, Monday, that you can get a buy signal with that and a stop under the low. But having UNG, easier game to play because the pattern's even prettier. So with that, I'm Ira Epstein. Remember, you can click up here to take advantage of the sale. It will be off and Father's Day is over. I'm Ira. Take care, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow.